Okay, things are actually looking much better now. So let's see. Oh yeah, I have to still actually post this to other people. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, I need to share video. Share to a group. Oh man, I'm going to really type this all up, but oh well. Okay, looks like I shared it to most of the groups. Do I want to share it to the other ones? Heck, you know what? Why not? Let's see how much let's see how much coverage we actually get if we do that. Yeah, just curious to see how things go. Oh wait, how come I can't find Magic the Gathering MT? Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, there you go. And so far, okay. Hey Josh, nice to see you. And just tuning in. I'm just about to start right now, and we are live. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today it's Sunday, and I did a poll earlier to see, well, because we have two different kinds of drafts. You can already kind of see which one, but for transparency's sake, these are how the different votes went out. Thank you, Black Lotus, for the good luck. So there is still interest in Core 2021. I'm not surprised. Core 2021 is the current set, and there is still plenty to learn despite that fact that it's still a core set. That said, we are going to go check back on Eldraine, because we never got to draft Eldraine as an 8-man group. Like back then, when we were drafting this, it was pretty much just bot picks, and it was very, very infamous because the way the bots organized their picks, people kept getting the mono blue mill deck, and so it was very annoying for them, to say the least. Well, it eventually got fixed, but the damage was done for the most part. So that said, we'll see if 8 human beings can avoid passing a broken mill deck this time. That said, I'll try to talk over what are the important parts of the draft, as in what are the things to look for back in Throne of Eldraine. And if I do really badly, we might do a little something else. But let's knock on wood that it doesn't happen. So let's cash in, and let's go ahead and do our big draft. So this one fills up relatively. This one looks like it's going to fill up relatively quickly. We'll see. Okay, it's going to fill up a little bit more. So what are the different decks that we're going to be looking out for? We're going to be looking out mainly for a monocolor deck. If we can get one that's passed to us, that's great. We're kind of aiming for mono green, mono red, mono white, kind of. If we have to do mono with a splash, that's okay too. But we're going to try to see if we can go really aggro. Adventures, they're kind of a utility. It's not exactly constructed, so we won't be going all in on adventures if we can. And it's actually nice to be able to see how the stream is doing on a separate screen. Like, I don't have to keep flipping back and forth between the... Okay, there you go. I don't have to keep flipping back and forth, alt tab, whatnot. I finally got a cheap camera. Okay. So, okay, right off the bat, looks like mono green is a possibility. We got Lovestruck Beast. Always a decent all-star. My only concern is that we're passing a Kenris transformation, and well, actually not so much. We're only passing a Kenris transformation. We can also go for the spells deck, but I'm literally just Mad Ratter right now. White doesn't look great. We might be able to move into white. There's an Arcanist Owl. We actually should be on the lookout for these hybrid cards. It's what makes the mono deck really good. That said, if I take Lovestruck Beast, it's really more green-white. Because without the 1/1 human creature, we're not attacking at all. But it's still decent, and it's quite great. We'll take the rare. Although, for me, this just translates into 20 gems at this point. Packs are gonna pass around not that fast this time because a lot of people are still jogging their memory. What are the picks to go through? What are the things that we need to consider? And looks like, okay. There's a Stormfist Crusader. Knights is possible, but this is a bit sketchy. We got the best red removal and red common in Scorching Dragonfire. I am very willing to pick this one first. Let's see what we got. Yeah, the white is looking very weak. We might be able to capitalize on it if we start getting a few strong cards. There's some decent blue that's coming around. Not so much in black. I will just take the Scorching Dragonfire because green is kind of sad here. We might actually just go green-red. Nothing too bad about that one. So, got Lovestruck Beast into Scorching Dragonfire. We didn't exactly pass quite a lot of black. Though we did pass the Speculative Knights deck already. So, we might not be able to get into aggro Knights unless white is one of the components. We might be able to cut off red relatively easily. So, we're taking a quick look. Throne of... The joke is that it's always the Jace player that's taking a while. Actually, it's really the Teferi player. The rares are being passed around quite a bit. So, let's see. We got Bloodhaze Wolverine if we want to go aggro. We can actually cut that. There's a Mara Leaf Rider, which is also okay This is actually very good if we go for the non-humans. And this is actually more pickable than this one, though I'm afraid we will be conceding red if we do that. Yeah, the white is really not there. I don't think we're going to get into white. I guess if we're going to cut green, we might as well cut the best green card on the pack. There's Talsa Beanstalk is not that great. Yeah, we're going to take the Mara Leaf Rider. Not so much fancy. I don't fancy the folio. Claim the Firstborn, but we don't have ovens here. Let's see. We do have Rimrock Knight. That's a very good aggro pick. There's a Brimstone Trebuchet, but we have to be in Knights, and okay, we do have one Knight. As I said, that the Lovestruck Beast is really more of a green-white card. Beloved Princess kind of sells that fact. I'm gonna just take the Rimrock Knight here. We're gonna start cutting Knights at least. Ooh, there's a Sundering Strokes. This is very expensive. It's really not that great unless you can hit 7 mana. We don't exactly have that ramp. There's a Flaxen Intruder, which could be relevant early or late. There is a Steel Claw Lance, which we could kind of splash. It's also very cheap to equip and whatnot. Yeah, looks like we're getting cut really hard. Let's pass the Knights deck. I already passed the Brimstone Trebuchet. I passed a few juicy Knights like the Bell of the Brawl and whatnot. Let's take the Flaxen Intruder. Let's try to speculate on green. As far as red is concerned, it's really just a light red splash just for the Knight and the Dragonfire. And we're quite aggressive. It's like 3-1, 3-1. Okay, the 1-2 not so much. Okay. Even more aggro with Red Cap Raiders. There's a Mad Ratter, which we can benefit if we have a way to draw cards. Right? That this is really for the blue deck. We saw quite a bit of blue, but not much in the way of draw. It was really just random blue. So it looks like the draw is getting cut off. As I said, we kind of want to cut off either red or green. We will cut off the red aggro here. Curious Pair's not quite aggro. And okay, there's a Lonesome Unicorn. We will take Hengewalker is very playable. Barge In is a very good combat trick we can use, especially considering the only human is really just the Flaxen Intruder. It's either Barge In or Hengewalker here. I think I'll take the Hengewalker. It's just it's a 3-mana 3/3. It's quite aggressive. I'm still thinking between this and Bargain, because Bargain is a combat trick, though we do have combat trick in the Boulder Rush. Blow your house down, not so great. Return to Nature is kind of relevant, but we are playing Premier, so we probably don't want that many. Okay, we got another Flaxen Intruder. We have a Fling, at least a combat trick of sorts. There's a Felled Pheasant. That's also an anti-flyer, which we could use. I'll take the Flaxen Intruder again. Okay, we got Garenbrig Squire, so we do have a few adventure spells. Okay, we have a few adventure spells, so Garenbrig Squire is not that bad. The fact that it came back means it's okay. No one's in the Knights deck. No one took the Bell. So we will just take the Gingerbread Cabin. What are we on the lookout for? So what are we looking out for? We're looking out for things to interact with food. Normally that's green-black, but there is a Fierce Witch Stalker that Fierce Witch Stalker gives us food. That's kind of different. There's Silver Flame Ritual. We'll just take the Forever Young. What kind of deck am I trying to build, Ethan? Hey, Ethan. Right now I'm trying to build a green-red aggro deck based on the colors that I'm trying to cut off and the colors that are being passed around. Ooh! And we got a Fervent Champion, so this is really aggro, but is it really good for our deck? Yeah, it's sad I'm gonna end up passing the Epic Downfall. That's great removal. I might just take a Fling, but you know what? Gems are still gems. I probably might get the Squire back. We might be able to do some tricks because we do actually have, let's see, we have 1 Knight, 2 Knights. Actually, we only have 2 Knights, so we're really not in the Knight plan. I could just take another Garenbrig Squire, but that probably will cycle back if the first pick was any consideration. So I'll take the Fervent Champion here. There's a Burning Yard Trainer. We are passing black, which is quite a good color. We're missing out on Bake Into a Pie. I could actually just take this, and because the green is looking like it's getting cut off, I could just cut some of the green, just move into this. Besides, right now this is like the best piece of removal. I'll probably take this. It's a shame I have to pass these, but we did see a few Knights on the rollback. We'll see if it's the same. Okay, we got the Witch's Vengeance, Embered Paladin, so Smitten Swordmaster. I don't want to take another Flaxen Intruder. I could take a Garenbrig Carver, but I will need to commit. I could just spend these 2 picks speculating to see if we get more black passed around. And I could always use another copies of Witch's Vengeance. Let's speculate a bit. We'll test things out, see how things go. And we are getting more Knights passed around. So, given that, and this is actually not bad in green-black, because it's still a 1/1. It also has Death Touch. Because what we're seeing right now is the red is not quite there, except for... It's not quite there. The green is still kind of there. Okay, we got a Raging Red Cap, so that kind of blew that one. We also have a Smitten Swordmaster and an Ember Red Paladin. We could speculate on this, though. So, we're gonna try this out. Okay, we got Sir Conrad, so that's very good as a... It's very good as a black drop. It's also very good as a knight. It's also very good as... basically as a finisher. So we will kind of take this one. It looks like black was kind of open, all things considered. So let's cut... Okay, we take the Ogre Errant. We could also take Lash of Thorns as a combat trick. It's not great, but we kind of need to start stocking up on the non-green stuff now that we've pivoted already. There's a Grumgully Degenerate, so I guess we could splash, but let's see. We could kind of splash for it, but literally just that. I could take Prophet of the Peak because it's a decent 6-drop, but okay. Game decides I should take that. I'll take that. Okay, there's a Human Peasant, Barrow Witches. I guess it's a way to get some Knights back. We do get Fling back, so that's also a possibility. We'll take the Barrow Witches for now. Okay, we got Reaper of the Night. We got a Dwarven Mine, another Fling. We're not exactly going to Adventures, but this is also a decent late game finisher, so we will take that one. If you notice, I'm not that high into Fling. So right now we're speculating more on black at this point. The Forever Young can come back in. Hengewalker might be able to come back in. Okay, there's another Garenbrig Carver, so yeah, we're kind of all over the place this time. It's not so great. There's a Giant Skewer if we... No, it's better than Eye Collector. We're not in the blue. We're not in the mill deck. There's a Tempting Wish and an Embered Paladin. We'll take the Paladin. The Grum Gully's probably not gonna make it at this point. And we got a Roving Keep. Let's keep that. We got Wishclaw Talisman that we definitely don't want. Got Sace. Yeah, these are the cards that I was looking for in earlier when I wanted to do green, but we kind of dried out on that. We ended up going to black. We could still go green black, cut some of the red, I guess. That's also another possibility. Do I want a second Sir Conrad? Probably not. Do I want a Festive Funeral? Probably not. Take the Fierce Witch Stalker. Okay, so hold on a second. I'm gonna actually take a look at something. Oh.
所以咱也以前只就欠恁5个啦，8千块就40千啦。哦。咱这摆要问迄个马来西亚迄个一个偌钱啊？咁说入几千啦？哦，那个。咁是。一摆用个HP这个。咁是个是马来西亚呀。哦。是要入几千哦？是冇咯，那叫个。讲那是中共要用冇基本我都冇。
Okay, so yeah, that's a little bit of a discussion. We will, we'll definitely take Slaying Fire. Even if it's 3 mana for 3 damage, it's still fine. And we'll take another Slaying Fire. Actually, Deathless Knight is a possibility. Though we are in the wrong colors for this. I could just go back to green. No, who am I kidding? We'll take the Slaying Fire here. Let's also being past 2 Slaying Fires back to back. That's kind of interesting. Let's see if we can bring some of the red back now. Red Cap Raiders, Fervent Champion can come back. I guess I can take another Red Cap Raiders because it does give us an early aggro. The only caveat is most of our knights are human, so it doesn't really fit. I could always just take a Hushbringer just to get some coins and just get some gems. Yeah, let's just rare draft for fun and profit. As far as the deck goes, we're okay. I guess now we can take a bargain. Let's see. Our removal is Scorching Fire, Slaying Fire, Slaying Fire, Bake Up High. So we got 4 pieces of removal. Falmar Knight kind of counts as removal. I already have an Ogre Errant. Let's bargain. There's an Acclaimed Contender, but we're not in the white plan. Ooh, there's a Sorcerer's Spyglass. I could use another copy of that. What would I take? I guess I can take the Trebuchet now. Yeah, let's take the Trebuchet now. Let's see how we do. Now, this doesn't really... and we get some... well, actually, it's not the pick yet, but no one's really picking these knights, so we're going to take that. We'll take another Smitten Swordmaster. And... ooh, there's a Fae of Wishes. I actually have 4 copies of that. But I don't want another Giant Skewer. I don't want a Crystal Slipper. Okay. Let's cash it in. So, let's do a knight check. We got 9 knights, so that's a decent sanity check. Barrow Witches, not a knight, but does get some knights back. Reaper of Night, not a knight, it just has the word knight on it. We got Wishclaw Talisman. Problem with Festive Funeral is that it's quite expensive, so it's not so great. There's a Mysterious Pathlighter that got passed around, so no one's in the Adventures deck. I think I will just take the Wishclaw Talisman right now. And there's another Grum Gully, but we need to go all in on knights here, so I'm taking the other Embered Paladin. There's a Wintermoor Commander that's a knight, but we're not in white, but I'll still take it anyway. We will... I guess we can speculate on 1 profit at the peak. And there's an Inquisitive Puppet. Yeah, sure, why not? So all in all, let's see, 10 knights out of 14 creatures, 8 non-creatures. We got 100 gems off all the rares that we have 4 copies of, so we kind of got a little payback there. So all things considered, if I go with this knights build, let's see, if I needed to pivot away, we got 2 Flaxen Intruders, 1 Garen Break Squire, 1 Lovestruck Beast. That's 4 cards. 1 Maraleaf Rider, 1 Carver, 1 Fierce Witch Stalker. So 5, 6, 7. 7 cards. There's a Grumgully if I need 8. Our colors are kind of divided more into red, so we'd be giving up on black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can alternate between green red and black red depending on which one we feel is doing better. Hengewalker is not gonna be so great because we're divided equally. This is really, as far as mana goes, this is actually quite bad. We don't want to be down in the middle even. So I might actually just take the Inquisitive Puppet. It's really bad, but all things considered, I am still relatively happy with this. Okay, now let's do sanity check time before we do the build. If we were to go to another color, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we're losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 11 versus 10. Ugh. Most likely, if we do green red, I would go for the. I most likely we would end up doing green red because we have Grumgully. We would shove in the Hengewalker and we would also shove in the Prophet. Not so happy with that one, but I'm not happy with running 2 Flaxen Intruders. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Passing the lances is actually not so great for us in this case, but we'll take it. And how do I feel about this deck? That's how I feel. Not so great. And why are we 9-8? We're 9-8 because of the Bake, because of the Witch's Vengeance, because everything. Okay, Slaying Fire technically wants 3 red mana, so we actually might want it more 8-9, but we can still cast this even with 1 red mana. We will not be able to cast this with 2 black mana. Without 2 black mana. So we'll go for this one. We'll see how well we do this time. It's been a long time, so we're going to try it out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh joy, oh joy. Actually, yeah, I'm seeing some of the. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing the comments posted up. Well, only half of them, but I guess that makes sense. Oh yeah, because the other one came in a little way too early when I haven't hit that screen yet. Games are taking quite a while to get to, but on the bright side, I don't have to worry about the camera stalling out again. Yeah, I got myself a very cheap webcam. It's not as great as the phone's camera, I'll be honest, but I don't have to worry about the Wi-Fi latency killing the connection between the phone. And I can also see comments. I can also see how many people are live. To the 3 who are watching right now, thank you very much for watching. There's quite a bit more during the draft process. I might have lost some confidence there, but we are definitely not keeping this. Actually, I should have checked I should have checked our balance, but we pretty much. Okay, this one is slightly better. I might end up just casting the Forever Young as a cycle. We'll keep the Sling Fire up top. So we'll just cycle the Forever Young. There's no way around it. We got free Scry. Okay, I got free Scry off this one at least. So it's really whether this is better than... Okay, we'll definitely keep that. And this is exile, so we don't get to buy it back with Forever Young. It's also going to be very annoying because I'm going to have to keep clicking through this. That's not too bad. End to turn. Let's see what our opponent's up to. I would not be surprised if... Okay, this looks like... Mono black Okay, we're definitely playing red this time because... Oh yeah, and while it's a construct, it's not a human, so... It's actually... This actually attacks as a 4/3, so we're slightly incentivized to keep this one alive. Keep the puppet alive at least. Opponent not casting anything. This is a sorcery, so we're no shenanigans there. Not that we need any. So we're gonna cast the red cap raiders now. Opponent probably has a removal for that, so that's where Forever Young comes in. We're dropping the red first because we might be able to Slaying Fire something. Our opponent is bound to drop something, if not now, next turn. Opponent hit their mono black. Has not dropped a single thing, not even a bake into a pie. Though bake is gonna be very, very... Bake is kind of suboptimal if it happens now, but... Let's see what happens. We'll choose this as an attacker. We'll tap Zip Puppet. Let's see what our opponent does. If our opponent has removal for this, that's fine. We can actually just play the Jousting Dummy, then Forever Young the Red Cap Raiders back. So we can kind of blank that removal in a sense. I can see the... Okay, opponent's thinking now. Lash of Thorns. That's fine. But I'm gonna be forced to Slaying Fire to just kill the thing. It's sad. I could also just let it die, then try again. You know what? Let's save this one for now. We'll let it die. Yes, you got us. Then, yeah, we'll play Jousting Dummy there. I should also get my my spare mouse ready. It looks like the battery and this one's about to die. Okay, so the bad news for us is that the longer we take it, the longer it benefits the mono black deck. Or not. This is actually weird. Okay, we hit our third. We hit 3 red mana now. We'll do this again. Let's see if we can bait out even more spells this time. Bacon. Now he bakes into pie. Okay, that's fine. So we got 2 removal spells for the... We got out 2 removal spells, so that's actually fine. So next turn we probably will just Slaying Fire. Actually, we could also threaten to just keep pumping the Jousting Dummy. We are about to hit 6 mana. It's really a question. We haven't dealt any damage to our opponent, but our opponent's done nothing to us yet either. Opponent might have had a heavy removal hand, which makes sense. We might act... Let's see. I'm really scared of the Black Adventure that makes us discard 2 cards. Okay, we got Sir Conrad. I will have to... I'm unfortunately gonna have to play this now. He might have even more removal. I won't be surprised. Let's see. Wall, Construct, Scarecrow Knight. Okay. So far we're being held back by a drawbridge. Can't be helped. Let's see if our opponent has another bacon to a pie. I'm impressed. He's baked our board away. Yeah, opponent rightfully in mono black. My question is, what's the rest of his cards? Okay. Opponent might have yet another combat trick. But I'd rather just spend this than spend the Slaying Fire right now. Also kind of wish it did not tap the mana that way. He probably has a trick at this point. Maybe another Lash. Yeah, he had another Lash of Thorns. Wow. Okay. Opponent, all removal all the time. And this one's just Death Touch, but it's still annoying. Actually, we'll not play the Swamp. I don't know why. So our opponents answered 3 of our creatures with 4 pieces of removal. Bad news is this creature was very good. Opponent drops a Tempting Witch. Looks like that was our opponent's plan. It's actually tempting to... Okay. It's actually kind of tempting to nuke the Tempting Witch. We don't have the Barrage, but we do have a second... We do have a second Slaying Fire. We have a Scorching Dragonfire, so an argument could be made for nuking the Crashing Drawbridge. Let's see, we will lose 9 life from this. Let's see what happens. Opponent does have an Order of Midnight. Can't block. That's okay. We'll pass. Got an Embred Paladin. Swing it as a 5. Yeah, we'll do that. So pay Adamant. Now we're off to the races. And thankfully the Order of Midnight can't block. So let's see, we're gonna take 3 here, we're gonna take another we're gonna take 5 damage total here. Opponent might leave this one behind to block. Might. Let's see, let's assume our opponent has another Lash of Thorns. Okay, there's a Trebuchet, but we're not gonna cast that quite yet. We're gonna swing with this one first. That one card is so suspicious, it has to be a combat trick. Okay. Oh, he's gonna take it. And we'll play Dreamstone Trebuchet. So it has reach. We can block the Order of Midnight, but that'll stem some of the bleeding. We got Slaying Fire on backup. I still want to kind of hold on to it for a while. We want to see what other thing we can do. Yes, we're gonna lose quite a bit of life here, but considering how many turns has passed, it's kind of about time, I guess. My concern is our opponent might have another Order of Midnight, so if we nuke out the Witch, we will be fighting it again. I honestly think that maybe 2 Lash of Thorns is probably the top end. I don't expect any more, but Cauldron's Gift. Okay, so he's milling the top 4 cards to see what he can get. Okay, not so great. He hits Malevolent Noble and Smitten Swordmaster. He goes for the Smitten Swordmaster. Has haste, sure. Let's see how he swings. Okay, time to make you into a real boy. So I'm actually still tempted to nuke this one because this is the one thing that will get our opponent back into play. But let's hold off on that. Yuck. Because I can also just double block, lose the trebuchet. Oh, wait. Okay, we're gonna end the turn first. Let's see if our opponent nukes us. Nope, he doesn't. He's holding on because his life is quite low. Okay, we need to do this. Yeah, opponent's holding on to the food for dear life. So we're gonna actually have to play a game of chicken here. He's swinging with that. Oh, no, not swinging with that. Okay, swinging with that. He wants to get more damage through. Let's see, what's his combat trick? Yeah, so our opponent's gonna gain life. That's the bad news. And the opponent has a Bog Naughty, so it's a way to kill this one. And it's also, and he can also block with it. So, well, it has. Oh, the ability doesn't. Okay, yeah, that wasn't great. Now, let's see. We got 24 cards. 1 out of 24 is another Slaying Fire. I could just blast this one right now and hope to hit a creature. Or I can blast him in the face and hope to hit the burn spell. I don't like the odds of this. This is the safe play. I'm going to hate myself if it turns out that I should have blasted our opponent in the face. I forgot that one did not tap. Yeah, familiarity with cards is very important. Okay, we hit the Rimrock Knight. So we're not going to attack because we can block the Tempting Witch. No, please don't be a removal spell. Okay. So at least we got rid of that one. Now we're 4 turns to die and we have to punch through these two. There's a Fervent Champion. That's one way to punch. And we do have a Smith and Swordmaster, so we could buy some time with it again. It's not too end of the worldy. It's not. Opponent probably should just swing with that. It's not blocking anyway. Opponent is holding cards, so that scares me. Can't do anything about that though. Like I said, this one's cutting it very close. Our opponent had a really good mono black deck. Like 2 Bake into a Pies, the Lash of Torrents working great with the wall. Opponent might give up the wall. Oh no, he's going to take the damage first. He'll give up the wall next turn. Which makes sense, because if our opponent has a good haste creature, it's all over for us. So, yeah, there we go. We kind of needed a good sequence. I'm still really thinking in my head if we had a way to win. Opponent not casting a creature now means that they don't have the way to win quite yet. Also, sandbagging cards. Well, we're both top decking lands at this point. Yeah, he now has to block this, so... Yeah, he now has to block that. Really curious what those cards are. It could just be this. So we're down to the wire. Does our opponent have a... No! Opponent concedes! He did not draw another creature. He did not draw a blocker. I did not expect to win that one. Take a deep breath. Okay. Yeah, that was very satisfying. Very surprising, actually. I did not expect to win that. Yeah, so for all those tuning in, we are playing a red-black Knight deck without the Steel Claw Lances, without the typical cards that make a real Knights deck. So this is basically, you're watching us struggle through a average, slightly above, okay, I'll be honest, of average draft. So what happened was, I started speculating on green, but it turned out green was getting cut really hard. In hindsight, I should not be surprised. The history of Eldraine is that if not for the insanity that was mono blue mill in quick draft, green is probably the best color. It's the best color to go mono on. It's an absolute beast. It's a very good color to go main on because it has good support with green black. It has good support in green red. It has Oko if you go into green blue. Do I want to keep this one? No, because we have a 2-drop. But this is like what, 4/4. We only have one of these, but I'm not gonna knock on the door and hope to hit multiple lands. We did mulligan our first hand. This one's more reasonable because the Witch's Vengeance might get us out. We will drop the Sir Conrad because that's the most expensive card. I'm not having the greatest luck in Throne of Eldraine, even if it's Premier. Okay, so we're now watching green. No 1-drop, though it's a bit... Oh yeah, did I mention that the cards that there's Once Upon a Time for the green? No. Okay, so I guess we can name human. So what I could do is I could actually just buy some time, play the wall, play the warrior. Do I want to wait for our opponent to play another human? Okay, we need to start playing some of these because we want to hit Adamant, but... that might be the only time I'll ever get to do that. So, we'll just chalk that up as a bit of experience. Oh, please don't tell... Oh, he had the third one! I should have waited. Unbelievable. Okay, we're playing the Trebuchet next. Yeah, I should have waited. I guess people passing Garen Brick Squire is a thing. No, but our opponent's already at 4 mana. 1 more mana, then we get to be scared of the big 5/5. Okay, not there yet. So we will take 3 damage. Yeah, I should have waited. No, this is an elf, so it wouldn't have been hit. We do have a Scorching Dragonfire as an option. So I'll play this first. In fact, we can tap this to make it a 4/3 instead of using the wall effect. So we're gonna hold on to this for now. We're gonna see if we can get something. Okay, opponent hits. Yeah, the Garen Brick Paladin. This is the one I was scared of. The only way we're gonna match this is if we can go big on this one. Or we can smash with... If you swing, I just block. It's kind of a given. There's actually no reason to swing, I'd say. So just ping our opponent because that might be the only damage we'll ever get to deal. We do have the mana, so we can cast... Oh, I should have nuked the Squire first. Unfortunately, I could not hold up Scorching Dragonfire by making this a 4-1 because it's way too obvious. Spore Cap Spider, that would block it. So the fact that we're able to hold back our opponent slightly is a bonus. The fact that we can't swing with the Paladin until we nuke all these small critters is a problem. I could wait for more knights, but it's gonna get awfully suspicious if I start holding things back. Wait. Activate. It's a good thing. Oh, it's a good thing they waited out. Okay. So we managed to get more damage through, so that's a good news. So no attacks. Yeah, we're living in fear of the Garenbrig Paladin. We're not gonna be able to race, let's be honest. Our opponent would block with either one of these two, maybe even this. We're waiting for our opponent to literally attack first. Outmuscle, so it has indestructible. So that's a bust. Yeah, couldn't help it. This is one of the best commons, one of the best reasons to go into mono green. And yeah. Even if I were to cast this first, the gain indestructible means it would not die, so we're about to get beaten down really badly here. But opponent's passing. No, this was the perfect time to... Okay, I don't get it, but I'll accept it. Now we do have... I don't know what happened, why he didn't attack and all that. Yeah, I don't understand why our opponent did not attack on that one. Right now our opponent has the best time to swing. This is literally the only thing that can block. Okay, so Wildwood Tracker. Yeah, this was the other best drop for the... This is the other best drop for the mono green deck. Opponent's finally gonna swing. Or does our opponent not know that we can't... The only thing that can block his Paladin is the... Okay, he finally figured. And he definitely figures it out now that he sees it. I can block with Red Cap Raiders. He probably has a combat trick in his last card. Nice. Does he have it? No, wait. Not over yet. He could still have it. No, didn't have it. But that was still a horrible 2-for-1. I'm still okay. Oh! And our opponent's just saying nice over and over again. So, we'll definitely submit these two. Please give me a choice to order them because I do not want to put Red Cap Raiders up top. Please give me a choice. Or is our opponent waiting to respond? Does he have a way to... Okay. Paladin on top. Do I want to swing in with the Paladin? Though it just gets blocked by this. Probably not. I might actually just hold this back again. I might even just swing with, say, the Red Cap Raiders. So, yeah, Forever Young's doing quite a good job. Our opponent went all in under Garenbrig Paladin. Now we need to decide if we want to attack. Let's say we attack Attacks or blocks if you control another. Yeah, we'll probably just end up taking out the Wildwood Tracker, so that's no bueno. Let's wait for our opponent to have another out muscle and probably wreck our board again. That's always how the story goes. Other than that, if we can hold out for another 11 turns, who am I kidding? Opponent probably has another out muscle, which would be backbreaking, but not the end of the world. If our opponent drops another... Actually, no. Our opponent's virtually at 14 life because he still has a food token. I'm really curious as to why our opponent's not... Oh, opponent now played... Okay, we're definitely not blocking with this one because this is our crackback mechanism. So we pass the blockers. Now this one will grow if he casts an adventure, so that's why I did not... Which is why I didn't opt to block this one. So we're kind of aiming for the crackback, so to speak. It's a question of what does our opponent has to decide if he wants to take out the Trebuchet or take out the or protect his Wildwood Tracker, or just buff his. Yeah, he's aiming for the Trebuchet, so we're gonna just activate it. So he will have Goblin Raiders next turn, and this is. And he still has a creature, so I can't exactly swing with Paladin. He just blocks it with this. But now that we got that trick out of the way, we might be able to safely block Sporecap Spider. Oh no. Double giant opportunity, wow. So now we have a 7/7 giant to worry about. Yuck. We have a bake. We just need to draw it some. Oh, but he is going to carrot attack into it with everything. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I can. Let's block the obvious one. Yuck, we're not gonna win this one. We're gonna lose the Paladin. We're gonna lose our board. Opponent has Yorvo. Yeah, I think we can safely say good game at this point. I don't think we can race with this. This is why mono green is the very good one. If you're able to draft it, you should aim for it. So at least this doesn't have trample, but it's still poor. Yeah, and the multiple giant opportunity. Yeah, we'll concede at this point. Let's say we're able to deal with the token next turn. We will have to be able to deal with everything else. So that was not winnable at that point. We were able to catch up. I guess my mistake was Witch's Vengeance way too early. I could have held out for one more. But sometimes those are the breaks. So 1 win, 1 loss. It's not the greatest thing in the world right now. As I said, if you're just tuning in, we're doing we're doing Throne of Eldraine. It's been quite a while, so some of the things I missed out. The first game was a very close shave. I probably should have lost that one, but nope, I did not. So yeah, I guess I can keep this one. We do have a free scry. We do have a Swordmaster turn 2. So we're scrying into lands, obviously. Or Scorching Dragonfire is okay too. So let's hope we don't get disappointed. So I'm gonna hold this back as long as possible. Oh, nice. So okay, now let's see if our greed kills us. Because we do want another land for Red Cap Raiders. Opponent Not playing any knights yet, so we might have a chance. Yes, we got a chance. So we'll swing with the Swordmaster first. And the puppet gets to pump the red cap raiders. Does our opponent have removal? No. If he has removal, he probably will spend it on this instead of Swordmaster, I guess. That makes sense. Bone Crusher. Ooh, Bone Crusher Giant. That's nasty. So I guess we can now safely sacrifice this. That we only had one. Okay, we'll sack. We can safely sack that now. I could have waited for an attack, but I am about to just burn this one. So we're assuming our opponent is playing multicolor despite the fact that he's playing all mountains so far. Fires of Invent. Oh, I haven't seen that in a while. Into a Lockwayne Paladin. You know what? Okay, this has Menace, so we won't be able to block it anyway. So we might as well swing. And we need to start hitting. Well, it's the only card we can play anyway, so it's a moot point. But yeah, we're gonna start nuking our opponent's cards at this rate. Ooh, we nuked the Sir Conrad. And a Giant Skewer. Opponent probably still has a big drop. If we hit another land, I might just play Sir Conrad first and swing with the Swordmaster. Actually, I could just swing. Cauldron's Gift. Oh, he's going. That's a way to buy back Conrad. He doesn't get the mill because he never spent mana. So that's one spell. If he's not casting yet, he probably doesn't have another one. Okay, didn't have another one. So I will cast this, then probably just trade. Let's see. Okay, if he has a thing, it's next turn. So we're probably just gonna. I'm probably just gonna trade Sir Conrad's, then bite back with Barrow Witches. No, he's not gonna trade. I'll offer the trade then. Okay, we traded. We deal 1 damage to each other. And I get to buy my Sir Conrad back. How about you? Okay. Well, our opponent didn't exactly have much of a choice on that one. I can't... It's really either combat trick or trade. If our opponent just took damage, they probably will be swinging back. I probably would just be chump blocking with, say, I had enough chump blockers. That was the catch. Okay, yeah, nice cosmetics and all that. So we got our 2 wins already, and we are actually close to 1 hour. This might be a very long video if the games keep going this long. It's not as aggressive as I want it to be. We really have to be very... We have to be very precise in our plays. We did not draft a killer deck here, so... Lacking a killer deck, you have to have a killer player. The player is the one that will make up the difference. The player can also make a very good bad deck. Can come up with the tactics to make a bad deck better. A bad player can make even a very good deck fail. So keep that in mind. You can blame the deck, but you can only keep blaming the deck so much. And besides, this is draft, so who built the deck? Okay, so we have our colors. This is sketchy, but I'm gonna keep this. Okay, our opponent mulligan, so that's good for us. It's a bit sketchy, but I'm willing to keep this one. So let's see, black, red. We got 2 drop in Giant Skewer, but it's not amazing. I will want to start dropping red first, because if we draw another red mana, we can make this a 5/2. Oh, please don't tell me this is someone actually did the mill deck. Someone did the mill deck. And that was 2 of our mountains. Okay, I guess we're playing Rimrock Knight first. Yeah, our opponent can play this next turn, but we will be playing this next. Yeah. Scorching Dragonfire, that's another way to do things. Do I want to spend Scorching Dragon? No. Let's see what our opponent drops next. So far, it's not double blue, so that's okay. Here's Defender. Let's hurt our opponent's resources a bit. Generally, the mono blue mill deck, if it's or the blue black mill deck, it wants to play out everything they have in hand. We got rid of it, didn't say please. That's good. I'm gonna offer the trade right now. Let's see if our opponent probably wants to take it. Yeah, we're gonna offer the trade right now. Because we know we have at least a 4-1 that can punch through the Secret Keeper. He's not gonna block. Probably waiting for a oh, he did ditch a land. Yeah, it's Frogify's fine. Yeah, I can't equip, but... Oh wait, I could have equipped it! Not thinking, not thinking. It's a free it's still a free equip, it didn't matter. Sure, I'm probably gonna just spend it here anyway, because next turn I will have Scorching Dragonfire to punch if I have to. Let's see. This is 2+1, so it just makes it a 3/2. Yeah. Yes, punch with everything anyway. Opponent's stuck on mana is kind of helping us. Get a food token. Not so relevant for us because that's not how our opponent's planning to take us out. But the play is we're just gonna have to keep swinging. We have a Scorching Dragonfire if our opponent drops something. Yeah, opponent getting stuck on mana was a problem. He bakes into a pie. That's fine, actually. I'm not gonna even hit. Not. Nope. Slaying Fire. Let's just end it right there. I shudder to think what the rest of our opponent's cards are. We did make our opponent ditch a didn't say please. They actually ditched a swamp, so they actually wanted the other blue cards there. Probably a bunch more double blues. But we'll take our win there. So, yeah, so far so good. 3 wins. We kind of want one more to virtually make up our buy-in. Yeah, as I say, generally in premium draft, even though it costs more, you only need about 4 to 5 wins to break even on your buy-in. That's ignoring the packs you open. That's ignoring the packs you win. In quick draft, you only get to break even when you win 6 out of 7 games. So that might. So sure, the buy-in is cheaper, but you have to really be solid. It has to be a really solid draft on your end. In a world where everyone is drafting against bots, so they also have the same opportunity to draft as solidly, because they're not competing for anything with their opponent or whatnot. Ooh, nice platinum player. Okay, so let's see what's up. We are I'll keep this one. It's a Jousting Dummy and a ton of burn. Castle Arden Vale's good. So I definitely want to do turn 2 Jousting Dummy, turn 3 Giant Skewer, unless our opponent drops something relevant. Let's see. Think Order of Midnight. Okay, not relevant enough. Got the other Slaying Fire. the nice thing is we can cast a Giant Skewer and still barge in, but it's only relevant for attacking creatures. Let's see if our opponent lost Legion. Nice scry. If I play the land, our opponent will suspect that... No, our opponent will suspect that we're planning to pump and trade. So we'll cast Barge and Giant Skewer. Then we're gonna have to try to burn everything on that point on. If our opponent plays the White Adamant Knight, the one with the very big high toughness, that's a problem. So we have to swing with this one now because it creates the most obvious scenario of pumping. I want to make our guy try to, because it's a good deal for our opponent. He blocks, we spend 3 mana, we don't get to play anything. Unless... And now our opponent has to contend between this potentially being a 4-2, and our opponent doesn't know what the rest of our hand is. If we want to draw 1 more mana, or not, that's fine too. I'm actually, yeah, the problem with playing Fervent Champion here is if our opponent has like a flash creature, and I'm trying to remember if there is, we won't be able to play any of these. The most obvious one is just to pump, just to equip it, I guess. Because it means if our opponent goes to remove this, he just spent removal on a 2 mana. Oh, opponent's stuck. Yeah, opponent's complaining. I'll still drop this though. No, nope, it's going too fast. No combat trick. And we're actually going to move it to the Fervent Champion. Because... We're going to move it to the Fervent Champion because the first strike is probably more relevant here. And we have combat tricks. Our opponent is complaining to death. Yeah, sometimes Curious what kind of hand our opponent kept. We were willing to keep ours. I don't think we drew. We drew 1 more mana after this. That was it. We only drew 1 more land. We never drew another land since, but we had a lot of early plays, so we were able to benefit much better with our game than our opponent did. Yeah, good job us. So we kind of made back our buy-in. 100 gems shy, but if we win another, we would make more than that. So far, so good. If you're just tuning in now, we're doing quite well. 4 wins, 1 loss. Subpar deck in my estimation. It's not gonna blow your socks off. It's not super busted. But sometimes you just need to be aware of the situation. And sometimes you just have to accept the fact that you're going to get rolled over very easily. So, yeah, this is keepable. We got 2 into a 3 into a 4. Nope, no point currying favor if there's no one to curry favor with. Okay, here comes the scary part. Opponent's playing green. If I see multiple green forests at this point... No, it's green-red aggro, which is probably still scary. If you're playing green-red aggro, you have a 2-drop. Or a stomp. It'll be the second time I got hit by a stomp. Okay, no stomp. I could play Red Cap Raiders. Because this is... No, I'm gonna play this out now. This is just me being greedy. Our opponent probably has removal for this. Oh no, it's just Merchant of the Veil. Okay, not quite removal. But has decent card selection, and... it will block these two just fine next turn. So let's appreciate this extra damage while we can, because it's gonna go to heck from there on. Do I want to cast Embret Paladin against the Merchant of the Veil? I might just cast Redcap Raging Redcap. Okay, that's worse. So I have to play Redcap Raiders. I have to accept the fact that our opponent's now on the aggro unless they play something defensive. I definitely will trade off Raging Redcap anytime. Yeah, Grum Gully is annoying. He's not gonna trade, that's a given. We have a trick though. Nope, everything's human. Okay, he's going for that one. I'm trying to tempt our opponent into blocking. Okay, he did not buy it. Do I want to pump anyway? Just, no, let's not pump. Because the most important part is just getting the Raging Redcap out of there. Then now we can safely play Jousting Dummy. And you can still play the Rimrock Knight's Boulder Rush on defense. Like, not gonna benefit off Merchant of the Veil, so he probably has a Rampart Smasher. Yuck. Can't be blocked. We're not blocking this anytime soon, which is fine. So, Bake. Another land is fine. Okay, here's the interesting trick. No, there's nothing interesting here. I have to play this obvious as a K Adam. I'm gonna give up the Fervent Champion. It most likely just ends up taking the Grum Gully anyway. So it's not so great. Hey Jace! Yeah, how are you doing? So, okay, let's see if our opponent is tempted. Basically, when you're short on options, you have to make your opponent... Okay, well, at least we get in... I wanted to trade the Grum Gully, but I'll accept that. So, yeah, we're punching a bit through. Our opponent probably still not going to swing anytime soon. We could Embret into a Rimrock Knight trick. Opponent more likely to just play Merchant of the Veil, have a real blocker. Yeah, there you go. Crush it. I'm trying. Well, it's not impossible. I'm actually happy our opponent swung right now because that makes combat... Okay, I'm not happy anymore. There's a Scorching Dragon Fire. And we can't buy it back with Barrow Witches. We can, however, annoy the heck of our opponent with this. Yeah, we're gonna try to trade our opponent's board down. Yeah, we have no... Yeah, we're gonna try to pair our opponent's board down until we can hit something. Enchanted Carriage... We... Wow, this is a very good combo. We're gonna take 9. Which is fine. So I'm actually going to use this to buy back... Buy back Fervent Champion. Smith and Swordmaster will buy us more time. But I need to start gumming up the board here. Now, I can't swing because our opponent can just crew the vehicle. So we're kind of looking for removal for this or a way to burn through to our opponent. So we're looking for one of our 2 Slaying Fires. That's 4 damage, but we're more likely to spend it on one of these. Opponent gonna crew that. swinging for 10. It's tempting to just chump block everything onto the... It's tempting to chump block everything onto the carriage just to get rid of it, but... Well, I can't block this with this anyway. I have a way to pump this, but that's later. You know what? Let's give our opponent the option. Because if... Well, if our opponent has a pump effect, it's not to us anyway. We would lose both of these and have no way around it. Okay, well, we still take out the carriage. That's the good news. Nah, not looking good. Let's be honest. So, opponent probably just plays the Rimrock Knight to seal the deal. Like, if I... Yeah, we're not gonna win this one, but we'll try to catch up on the next one. So, let's see. If I swung with this now, opponent just... No, our best bet is actually to just block. So... Trail of Possibility, okay. Oh, it discards a Yorvo. Okay, that was really busted. Yeah, but our opponent's main red. Okay, that's a good game. Opponent had everything. So currently we're at 4 wins, 2 losses. Next game could be the last, but all in all, considering the draft did not exactly go our way, and in fact, my estimations, the draft was very, very not so great. I'm actually quite happy. We're doing quite well. So next draft could be the last. We'll see how it goes. Yes. Also, for as part of the record, I finally figured out oh, actually I figured out quite a bit that if I just use the streaming facility of XSplit directly instead of using it as a camera, like I'm just using the stream to camera, I don't get the XSplit logo. So I'll take that. Okay, this is greed or die right now, so I'm gonna keep this one. This is, well, it's a good way to end the game if you're gonna go greedy. So Inquisitive Puppet just to scry, and this guy is literally our 23rd card. We need lands, so Ogre Errant goes down. I am willing to even just cast Forever Young just to get a free mull. I'm gonna activate this now only because this might be the only aggression we'll ever get. Okay, fire, not so great. And also, this is a sorcery speed, so if we want to draw a card, it's gonna be now. Falmar Knight it's something. If I get one more mana, I might actually just cast this first. There's a Garen Brick Squire. There's a Giant Skewer. I'm going to hold out on the possibility that we draw a third land soon, so I'm gonna not cast the Falmar Knight straight away. But yeah, this is basically where greed gets you, and this is probably the food build. Generally, green-black's the food build. It's possible it could just be straight aggro. Well, I'll be honest. This one was my fault. I literally kept a greedy hand. There was a Slaying Fire and a Bacon to Pie. I drew the second one later. We can actually afford to keep taking damage now, so there's that. Opponent Hedgewalkers. Okay, we finally hit our mana. So at least this token can still... Also note our... Yeah, opponents just hit 3 mana. Does our opponent have returned to... Opponent has returned to nature, does he? Well, let's go with the obvious block first. Nope. So we get a food token. I'll take that. It's literally whoever can get the next mana that's probably gonna win. There's a Curious Pair. We hit our 4th mana. You know what? Our opponent's hurting so bad. Let's hurt them a little bit more. Sure, we're hurting quite a bit, but we might be... Like, my goal is to try to take out the Spore Cap Spider. If he keeps hitting with these, I might have to... I might have to ditch Sling Fire. Ooh, those are nice those are nice things to nuke. So we got rid of those. That's a good news. Which probably means our opponent has more 4-drops incoming. Something to bake, I guess. Yeah, it's a good thing we got rid of these, actually. Those would have wrecked us badly. So now here's the situation. We are behind in creatures. We can take out 1 creature virtually. It's a question if our opponent's taking their time thinking this through. I would like to be able to play Sir Conrad next turn. That's probably the best one. Otherwise, I'm... Hold on. This one is a 6/5. I guess Sir Conrad can take it out. No, we'll take the hit first. Okay. Now we play Sir Conrad. Now watch our opponent bake Sir Conrad into a pipe. Nope, 5th mana. So far we dodged these 2 bullets, but we're gonna have to contend with this one. Opponent out muscles. Ugh, and he had the... So he's gonna swing with everything. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we can afford it. So... 1, 2... No. 1. Let's gain 1 life back. 2. Then we're gonna make it look like we're holding up for a food token, when in fact we're so basically we want to trade Spore Cap Spider if possible. We're so close to dying that our opponent might be incentivized to trade Spore Cap Spider. He knows he has a Twin Veil Tree Folk coming. Does he have another Outmus? No, he had his own bake. Okay. He had his own bake into the pie, so that could not be helped. Has 2 blockers. Yeah, we're blocking Hedgewalker. It blocked, right? There you go. Hold on. The lag is gonna kill us one of these days. Okay. Go to damage. Don't forget we have to sack this now. So we might have no choice but to actually nuke this now. Which means we're gonna have to contend with this. Yeah, I can't just cast both of these. No choice, we're gonna have to nuke that now. And if our opponent happens to draw land number 6, then everything we've been waiting for was all for naught. Although, I could do the most inefficient thing in the planet and just throw 2 Slaying Fires on our opponent. Yeah, it's the worst thing I could do, but I might not have a choice. Also, our opponent's starting to... Our opponent might still be able to bake this, so that would be annoying, but can't be helped. Also, it's an instant. Memory theft. Okay, takes our trebuchet. I think we can race our opponent. Yeah, I'm just getting greedy. It's basically go big or go home at this point. We're basically forcing our opponent to be able to take us out in... Take this out in the next 3 turns. Yeah, I break Paladin, so I have to hold this back as a blocker now. We've got Barrow Witches. So what we buy back? Smith and Swordmaster keeps us kind of alive. Sir Conrad deals with the board. Let's play with Sir. Let's get Sir Conrad down, just as a safety measure. I am not gonna swing, just to disincentivize our opponent from swinging. Now let's see, 2 or fewer cards, so it will have flying. And we can actually still re-equip the... And we can re-equip it here so that these 2 can block instead of me having to block this. There! We won that one. Hey, we actually held out long enough. So, kind of proud of myself on that one. So, yeah, just answer some questions. Actually, it's a very different question. If you don't know, I'm an architect by trade, so I usually get a lot of questions that are construction related, though this one seems to be asking about electrical. But I want to hear about it. What is it about? So there you go. That was a Jeskai Elder. Yeah, that was an M21. Okay, so we made 5 wins. We could still lose any moment now, but then again, we'll see. We already made up our buy-in, so I don't mind all in all. And I didn't get any new rares. Actually, I don't think I got much in the way of new rares because I drafted a lot of Throne of Eldraine. So otherwise I got about 100 gems in addition. Actually, the 4 wins was already the buyback because I already got 100 gems in rares. I forgot about those. Oh, so in this case, it's not about construction. Oh, it might be about construction. Okay, so Trebuchet into Slaying Fire's plan. As always, we can always cast Forever Young. It's actually very funny. Every time I see Forever Young, I think of Initial D. And that one particular great episode. Yeah, I'm gonna cast it now. Basically, it's a 2-mana draw card, which is fine. So opponent goes white-black. Silver Flame Squire into a Brimstone Trebuchet. If our opponent swings, we'll actually take it because our opponent's already demonstrated the possibility of... Ooh, yike, that's an ugly octopus connection. Okay, Tempting Witch, not so bad. We can Scorching or Slaying Fire or whatnot. But we're going to ping first. I could play Jousting Dummy to hold up. Let's be honest. Let's cast Ogre Errant first because our opponent's not exactly doing anything. And we can hold this up later for better cards. Need to turn off Messenger. And to turn. While updating a split second, got scared, laptop will fry again. Yeah. Opponent murderous. Okay, it's a murderous rider. I'll take it. So I'm asking my friend if he has a power regulator. Okay, there's a Sir Conrad, a bit late, but oh, okay. Actually, I appreciate this now that when I cast this, it will hold and give me time to tap this. Back in the day, you had to make sure to tap it first, otherwise the ability will not come true. So I'm gonna ask my friend if he has a... former or... Opponent plays Golden Egg. Looks like he's kind of stuck on mana. I honestly would have just cast well, probably really stuck on mana if he's trying to draw cards first instead of casting Murderous Rider. Okay. Probably did not hit the land, which is the bad news. I'm actually just tempted to... Wait, no, because we know our opponent's going to do Murderous Rider next. Okay, we got Fervent Champion. We're missing the one more mana for Sir Conrad, but... I'm basically giving my opponent an offer. He most likely just blocks the tempting. Oh, he goes for both. That's kind of what I wanted because it gets rid of his entire board. And I probably just cast Slaying Fire. Yeah, I'll cast Slaying Fire. So I trade off the dummy and I still have a board. Opponent probably cast this next. I'm hoping for one more mana so I can at least Dragon Fire into Slaying Fire if I have to. Opponent Reaves Soul. Okay. Yeah, last minute thing, why not? Opponent probably has another 2-drop. We're trying to hit Sir Conrad. And we will hit Sir Conrad. Now, that said, there's a Reave Soul here. I'm expecting Epic Downfall next, so I'm not expecting this one to last very long. It's still better though, all things considered. Yeah, opponent's gonna sack. He's already desperate. He needs the... Yeah. He's missing the land, so this must be really land heavy. Oh, hits the land, but what is his... Murderous Rider again, wow. Well, he did deal 4 damage to himself in the process, but now I have to contend with these two. Funny enough, I can wait. Funny enough, I can wait for our opponent to cast both Murderous Riders and just Witch's Vengeance. Let's see if let's see if our opponent's willing to let us do that. I might end up letting our opponent regain some life in the process. Well, but our opponent's sacking all their eggs at this point, so sure, why not? Albeit, let's see. If our opponent drops another swamp and dumps his Murderous Riders down, we will go Witch's Vengeance. Okay, he's casting 1. Right. Unfortunately, I don't have an indication. That's actually good enough. That's... I could wait for our opponent to cast the next one, but... Oh, wait. Okay, we... So basically, that was the perfect excuse to make our opponent unload the board. If it is... Yeah, so we're waiting for our opponent to swing. We'll take the 2 just fine. We're waiting for our opponent to unload even more knights. Probably incentivized to drop the Murderous Rider 2 now that... Oh, he's not. Actually, that's fine too because Sir Conrad is 5-4. So I'm actually going to swing with the Barrow Witches first. Let's offer the trade. Nope, it's not gonna trade. Here comes the obvious Sir Conrad. He might have a bake into the pie. Nope, he didn't. Opponent's holding... That was a weird holdback. You know what? I'll take the hit. Let's see what our opponent's next drop is. The weird thing is if I... Let's see. Probably a bait. Realm Cloak Giant. Wow. That gives me 4 triggers at least. So probably should not have taken the damage. And now I have to contend with a 7/7. Well, I guess... Let's see if this 1/1 can hold back that 7/7. I will need a lot more red mana to deal with the 7/7 also. Yeah, I forgot about this one. I actually still forget about this in deck building. So, it's an Archon. These are human. This is not human. I could just name human to nuke the tokens. Wow. Okay, here's an interesting thing. Oh, but these are all different stuff. I could swing at the Falmar Knight. He probably blocks with Archon or one of the tokens. I can cast Witch's Vengeance naming token. I can cast... The catch is I've used up 1 Slaying Fire already, so... I'm not getting the damage through that way. Human. So this might actually incentivize our opponent to not cast these. Has a Reaper of the Night. Okay. Well. Opponent might not even swing at this point. Has a golden egg. Yeah, the golden eggs make sense now considering all these double costs. And how do you draft all these? Like, this is rare, mythic. Damn. Now the sad thing is I'm afraid to actually cast anything now. I actually should have held back that land. As far as I'm concerned, we lost all our opponent cast Murderous Rider. Let's see if another spell. Tempting Witch. Yeah, we're not. We got far enough, and yeah, we're gonna concede at this point. This is yeah, we didn't get that far. But hey, if I was to lose to a deck, it would be a deck with double Murderous Rider and two white mythics. And we did hit Pentium 4. Platinum 4. You can tell my age now. Remembering the days of Pentiums and 386s and 486s. Oh, wow. So, yeah, 5 wins, 3 losses. We did make our... Pretty much, this is at least the minimum goal. I'm okay with that. And we got some nice packs to boot, so I'm okay with it at least. So, there we go. That's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. I know some of you guys want to see Core 2021, but it's nice to dip my toes in Eldraine once again. A lot of things that I could use, I could learn again and whatnot. And it turns out it's a very good way to harvest gems, considering I had most of the rares already. Now give me a few mythics. Yeah, a nice reminder of what sealed the game for me, but I'll take it. And hey, at least I'm getting the rares I need. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Hey, Mangara. Stay safe wherever you are. And as always, have a great week, everyone. Take care.